Hello, thank you for joining me. My name is Kristyn. We're going to get started today with our 20-minute mindful practice, some breath work and some gentle stretching. We'll get started by finding a comfortable seat. And if it's available, maybe taking off your shoes, grounding the feet down. No worries if not. We'll ground down into the sit bones. Lengthen your spine. Reach your crown up to the ceiling and tuck your chin slightly so that your neck is in line with the rest of your spine. You can gently close your eyes or soften your gaze. We'll take a deep breath, one collective breath to open our practice. Inhale, filling up. Exhale, letting go. Great job. Take 3 more deep cleansing breaths at your own pace, at your own rhythm. Inhaling, filling up. And with each exhale, releasing the breath, releasing the things you had going on before, the things you may have going on after, releasing expectations of yourself or of what this time should be like. And then letting that breath go, tuning into the natural rhythm of your body. Smoothing out your inhales, lengthening your exhales. And relax your jaw. Soften your shoulders away from your ears. Send the weight of your hips down into the seat. And feel your feet either in your shoes or connecting down onto the ground. Continuing to breathe and imagining each inhale as an invitation. An invitation for fresh breath and perspective. An invitation for this practice. And then inviting in all of your awareness, all of the pieces that you've given away to friends, families, coworkers, any projects, anything that's humming in the background, calling it back to your center through your breath. Inviting in this moment. And then continuing to breathe, excuse me, without trying to change or control anything. Just allowing the breath to move in and out without trying to judge anything, knowing that the breath that you're breathing right now is exactly how you're supposed to be. And notice as the body begins to shift, as the energy begins to shift, any subtle sensations that may arise. Maybe the heart rate slows down a bit. Maybe your inhales and exhales have smoothed out. Maybe they're the same in duration now. And allowing the body to breathe. And shift your awareness to the breath. Noticing each part of the cycle. The inhale, the exhale, the space between. And what do you notice about the breath? Do you notice the temperature, the texture? Do you notice the quality of the breath? And see if you can feel in the body where the breath lands, how deep the breath travels. Maybe just at the collarbones. Maybe a little further below, down into the chest area, or maybe all the way down into the belly. Noticing where the breath lands and where it does not. As thoughts begin to arise, instead of pushing them away, invite in the distraction. Invite in the thoughts. Notice them. Don't attach anything to them. Just notice. They're not good or bad. Then notice as they fade away. And the same with sounds. Any sounds in the room, the sound of my voice. Noticing these sounds and inviting them in instead of pushing them away. And bringing the attention now to the physical body. Sensing into any sensations, making any adjustments to find ease and comfort within the body. And then we'll do a quick body scan. Notice any places of resistance and any places of openness. And we'll bring the attention to the feet. Noticing the bottoms of the feet, maybe wiggling the toes. If you're still wearing shoes, noticing the sensation, the feeling of having your foot inside of the shoe. And then letting that sensation dissolve, the feet dissolve, and then bringing into the mind's eye, the legs, shins and calves, including your ankles, noticing how they're the same, noticing how they're different. And then allowing the legs and ankles to dissolve in the mind's eye, shifting the awareness now to the knees and thighs. And again, noticing how they're the same, how they're different. And then allowing the thighs and knees to dissolve. Bringing your awareness to your glutes, to your hips. And noticing what you notice here, the sensation of the chair, any spaces that you're holding. Noticing this all without judgment, simply observing the body. And then allowing the glutes and hips to dissolve in the mind's eye, shifting the awareness now to the back, to the entire back body, lower, middle, and upper back. Noticing maybe the chair behind you, sensation of clothing, any areas that feel like you're holding, any areas that feel open. And then shifting or then allowing the entire back to dissolve in the mind's eye. Shifting the awareness now to the shoulders, the fronts and backs. Noticing any sensations, noticing if your shoulders are up near your ears or if they're just relaxed without judgment, just observing. We hold a lot in our shoulders and our backs, so we may notice a lot of sensation here. Without labeling that as good or bad, just observe. Then allowing the shoulders to dissolve in the mind's eye, shifting the awareness now to the back of the neck and top of the head, back of the head, top of the head, the entire head. And what do you notice here? It's not often that we bring our attention to this space. So be curious. And then we'll begin to let the head and neck dissolve in our mind's eye and coming around over the top to the front body, the front of the face. Noticing where you're holding. Noticing how the eyebrows feel and the eyes. Noticing the mouth, the jaw, maybe even the ears. Noticing the tongue, the teeth, the nose. And then allowing the face to dissolve in the mind's eye, moving down the front of the body, bringing your awareness now to the chest, clavicles. Noticing how the breath is moving through the body, how it's gently rising, how the chest gently rises and falls. Noticing any places of resistance, any places of openness. Allowing that to dissolve, the mind's eye, and bringing your attention down your arms through each fingertip. And what do you notice here? Maybe the clothing, any tension, the wrists, your hands. And then shifting, and then allowing the arms to dissolve. Shifting the awareness back toward the center of the body, to the abdomen. Noticing all of the organs inside, your stomach, your lungs. Noticing where you're holding and where you're not. And offering one deep breath to the body by inhaling fully through your nose. Feeling that travel down your lungs, feeling the chest, expanding the belly. When you're ready, letting that breath go, feeling the gentle contraction in the stomach, fall of the chest, the air as it exits through your nose or through your parted lips. When you're ready, you can either gently open your eyes or keep them closed. But we'll take a deep inhale. With your exhale, bring your chin to your chest. Allowing the head and neck to hang heavy, begin to find some organic movement, drawing the chin across the chest from shoulder to shoulder. If it feels good, you can bring the head back up to center, turning the head from left to right. And then bringing the gaze up, bringing the chin up, bringing it back down, sweeping to the opposite side, bringing the chin up to the sky, back down toward the shoulder, back to center, and then the head back up. Extending out the arms in front of you. From here, we can flex the wrist so that the hands, it's as if you were pressing up against a wall. Breathing here for a few breaths. And then we'll bend the wrist forward or down. Then we can take one hand and give some gentle pressure to the flexed wrist and switching sides. And we'll bring the arms up to the sky, reach up out of your waist and lift your heart. Inhale. Exhale, bring your hands down beside you. We'll clasp the hands. With an inhale, reaching up your clasped hands up to the sky. Exhale, let them float. Release your hands and let them float down beside you. And now you may have to scoot up in your chair or turn sideways, scoot up and turn sideways, just creating some room behind the body. We'll bring the hands, we'll clasp the hands behind the back. If it's available, you can also stand up for this part. We'll reach down towards the ground. Inhale as you lift your chest. Exhale as you bring your chin down. Inhale once more, filling up the front body. Exhale, letting it go. Release your hands. Coming back to center if you've turned. If it's available, we'll extend out both legs down to, or straighten out both legs, excuse me. And then lift one of your feet, point and flex your ankle, point and flex your toes, rotate your ankle, switch sides. And then release that foot to the ground. And then we'll bring the right ankle, bend the knees, bring the right ankle to the top of the left knee. From here, if this feels good, give some gentle pressure to the knee. If you'd like to deepen this, begin to lean forward, leading with the chest. Hinging from the waist and coming into a place that feels good and comfortable, provides some sort of relief. One more breath. Then rising back up, placing the foot back down on the ground, switching sides, left ankle up, pressing gently. And again, if it feels good, leading with the heart and hinging forward. Breathing. One more breath here. And then rising the torso back up, releasing the foot back down to the ground. Coming back into that comfortable seat. And then settling down into the sit bones, lengthening the spine, reaching your crown up. Bring one hand to your heart space, one hand to your belly. Close your eyes or soften your gaze. Be with your breath here for a moment. Breathing in through your nose. And breathing out. Noticing the space that you've created, the awareness that you've cultivated. And as our time concludes, comes to an end, you can either leave the hands on the heart and belly, or you can press the palms together at your heart center. Closing your eyes or softening your gaze. Thank you for showing up for yourself today, taking the time to honor your body, your mind, and your breath, and for trusting me to facilitate your practice. The light in me sees, honors, and loves the light in each one of you. Thank you for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful week. Namaste.